So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted the theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. It's like it's all they did. Well, those years ago. See? No, I don't want to do any more of it.
Hi everyone, Martha here. So I think I picked the perfect shirt since the Zambazak director who directed this movie, that shirt I'm wearing. So I watched, since Valentine's Day is coming up, I decided to watch a romantic movie. And that's not technically a romantic movie because it's a romantic movie that's meant for kids. So I picked to watch Tarzan, which is I think the only Renaissance movie I haven't reviewed yet. I haven't reviewed Rescues Down Under either, so I need to but yeah, I think I reviewed all the other ones. And so yeah, let's talk about Tarzan, which is one that really Disney can't really do that much with nowadays, since it's now under public domain, I guess. It's like weird because usually public domain, that means anybody can touch it, but Disney can't. This is so weird because ever since Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories came out, they were not allowed to touch anything Tarzan related. Because you guys are wondering why Kingdom Hearts hasn't touched Tarzan since the first movie, it's because of public domain. So yeah, but I don't understand public domain rules. You don't understand public domain rules. I don't understand public domain rules. Nobody does. So yeah, or they bought the rights back from. So I just don't know how it works at all. So yeah. Okay, Nala, you can go. Are you gonna go or what? Anyway, so this movie Tarzan, it's based off of hopefully I can say his name right. Edgar Rice Burton's books. That was made into the movies like during the 30s or the 20s, but way back. And so this is technically a remake of an older stories. Because my mom, every time I watched this in front of my parents, they would say, "Oh, I'd rather watch the one that came out when we were around the time when we came around the time that was around before we were born. Watch that instead of this." So yeah. But this one's fine for what it is. It's just basically the first book being told. So I'm pretty sure there's more in one book. There's more in one movie. You have those old Tarzan movies. Because there's one where he has a kid with Jane. And the reason why Edgar Rice wrote this book is because right around the time where they're doing expeditions in Africa and finding out about gorillas, and gorillas has recently been discovered. They already existed. Us people discovered them. People thought that gorillas were like Bigfoot when they first saw them, but it was just another species of apes. So there was a lot of expeditions going on in Africa because of this. And that's basically why I would say he wrote this book. So let's get started on the movie now that I got that out of the way. So the movie starts with Tarzan and his parents, which are not, we even know the people out there who believe that these guys are Elsa and Anna's parents, but no, they're not. I don't know why people would think that, because why would Elsa and Anna's parents end up in Africa if they were going to see they're going to Germany? Germany and is nowhere near Africa. Okay, I don't get why you would think that if they're coming from Norway. Okay, so that theory has never made any sense to me. No, Tarzan and Elsa and Anna are not related. So yeah. Anyway, we have a song being sung by Phil Collins, which all but one of the songs in this movie is sung by Phil Collins, which is the one that Turk and sings with the gorillas when they're messing up the camp. And in both of the families, the Kerjak and Kana, when I was looking up who plays actors play who, is Glenn Close, which is weird because if you never who Glenn Close plays, is Cruella in the live action movie. So yeah, that's a little bit weird that she plays Cruella and the mama gorilla here. Wow. And after Tarzan's parents build their new treehouse so they can survive in Africa, Sabora, which is a leopard, not a cheetah, and kills Kerjak and Kana's baby and kills Tarzan's parents, which I understand why Sabora kills the baby gorilla to eat it, but why would they kill Tarzan's parents and not eat neither of them? Because the next day, Kana goes and saves Tarzan from being eaten when he's a baby, and we still see Tarzan's parents' bodies lifeless, not eaten, still there. How? And that scene where Kana and Sabora are fighting is pretty cool. It's a good fight scene. I don't know how Sabora gets untangled up by that rope that he got himself tangled up in, and by his paw, and gets down so he can get himself killed by Tarzan later on in the movie, and how Sabora is still alive to get killed by Tarzan, because really these animals don't live that long. Tarzan's all fully grown. They don't ever tell you what age he is when they just know he's an adult. We just don't, that's all we know. I don't know if he's like 18, 20 or what. We just know that Tarzan's an adult there, so yeah. And then we have the part where Tarzan's about like roughly, I would say 10, and he wants to go and hang out with Turk, which is Rosie O'Donnell's character, even, because the weird thing is she plays this gorilla for her whole entire life, even when she's a baby gorilla. So yeah, I just don't understand why would you have her play even the baby gorilla part of her. I understand her playing the adult version of Turk, but the baby part. Why would a baby gorilla sound like a grown woman? So yeah, and Rosie O'Donnell is not too annoying in this movie. She's fine. I would say she did for what she was given. I think she did a good job. I don't really find anybody in this movie annoying. If anybody I find annoying, it's be Clayton, because people don't realize that he's the bad guy in this. That's all he acts, but they kind of have to be fooled by him or for the plot to happen. So what are you gonna do? I don't even find Kerjak annoying, because he has every right not to trust Tarzan, because he's a gorilla, and then gorillas would not trust humans as far as they can throw them, which is pretty far because how strong they are. He has every right not to trust him. This is mostly him just being the R word, or species, since they're not the same species. They can't be racist. It's mostly different species. So yeah, after we have the whole entire elephant escapade where they have to go and get the tail of an elephant, which this part's also weird because the whole fact that they know what a piranha is and they keep on saying piranhas are not native to their country, then how do they know what a piranha is? I mean, I know elephants are supposed to be smart, but if they don't know what, they've never seen a species of their thing, how would they know what one would look like or what one would be native to? That scene has always confused me in this movie, where he meets Tantor and how Tantor reacts to him, and then we have him basically outsmarting a bunch. You have Tarzan, who we find out later on when I was looking up for stuff. Tarzan's played by. Let me go back to Tony Golden. Well, that guy is the same. Do you ever watch the movie Ghost? He is the bad guy in Ghost. So yeah, that one's just weird. And after he beats Sabora up with his spear and outsmarting the leopard that killed his parents, we hear a gunshot, and he goes down and investigates where is the gunshot coming from. And we meet Jane, the professor, and Clayton. Jane is played by Minnie Driver. Clayton is played by Brian Bless, and the professor played by Neil Hawthorne. And basically, Tarzan's is fascinated because he thought he was the only one of his kind, because his mom did not bother telling him about all this, because she thought it would never come. It would never, no more humans would ever come, and she would never have to explain to him that there's other ones like him. So after the professor and Clayton leave, Jane draws finds a baboon baby and draws a picture of it, and the baboon baby wants to have the picture, and the baboons start attacking her, and Tarzan saves her. And after that, we have Tarzan and her meeting. Tarzan learns how to speak a little bit of English, mostly just his name and OIC and Jane's name. And then we have the most pointless song ever, probably, with a Terminator. I guess it's a good scene if it's silly. And yes, Mrs. Potts is also here, and Jane's technically is wearing Belle's dress. So a lot of Beauty and the Beast references in this movie, and for some reason people think that Jane is related to Belle, which would not make any sense because Belle is from France while Jane is from England, and technically they're only like 100 years apart, so it would only be like her grandmother if they were related. And but Belle is technically royalty because who she ends up marrying at the very end of the movie, or dating at the very end of the movie. So why would she have an English daughter unless they had the French Revolution right after? Words, I still don't understand how these two were related. I just think that they were just wanted to reuse the dress and Mrs. Potts' china. I just think this one reuse that. They say, hey, cool Easter eggs. So yeah. And then we have Jane trying to get Tarzan to tell them where the gorillas are, or mostly Clayton is, because Clayton's the bad guy, but so they can study them by teaching him English the best way they can by using mostly books that the books that Dr. Seuss would make fun of with his books, those ones, and showing him films from picture films, teach him that way, and he learns English probably like about in, I don't know, a week. And yet it's funny that Turk says, I give it a week, and they've been there at least for a week. So yeah. And he learns English that fast. Like, he's pretty good learning English, because English is not the easiest language to learn. And then he understands what they said. Can you take us to the gorillas, because they're gonna have to leave soon, because the boat's coming back soon for them. But he doesn't want to, because Kerjack would be mad, and he has gained Kerjack's trust because he saved him from Sabora. And so he finally got on his dad's side, and now he's gained his trust. Now he's going to lose it if he brings Jane, the Professor, and Clayton to where the gorillas are. But eventually, when the boat comes back, Clayton pretty much tricks Tarzan to show him where the gorillas are, since Jane's going to leave soon. And he tricks Tarzan by saying, well, if you show them where the gorillas are, then Jane will stay. Which is a lie, because Jane was not going to stay. Either way, looks like. Because even after they shows them the gorillas are, and Tarzan literally tricks Jane and Gorilla to saying that Jane stays with Tarzan, it didn't work. So yeah, this is basically Clayton being a hunter, which he is, and wants to know how to find them so he can sell these gorillas for money, and also their hides, because after Kerjack almost kills Clayton for a very good reason, because it's Clayton, he wants to turn Kerjack into a fur coat, or have him be skinned, kill him. So yeah, but then we have Kana telling Tarzan the truth about his parents, and telling him that these are your parents, I'm not your mom, this is where I found you. And somehow Tarzan fits into his dad's suit, which should not be in one piece. Isn't it the same exact suit that Sabora killed him in? I mean, I like this movie, but there's a bunch of holes in this movie that I noticed after watching it again. Like, there's a hole, this is a hole. Like, so yeah. And then we have Tarzan willing to go to England, where we have Jane mentioning the Queen of England, which at this time is Queen Victoria. My dog just looked at me because her name is Victoria. Stop saying my name. So yeah, and which, look at her suit, has the most I am so comfortable! You cannot say this is comfortable! So, after that, they get captured by Clayton and his men, which Turk and Tantor hears, because they were nearby and trying to get there before Tarzan left so they can say goodbye. And they go and save Tarzan and his friend, and Jane and the Professor, from being captured. so they can go and save the gorillas from being captured themselves. And Kurdak's case being killed. And so they go and save them, and then we have technically, okay, this movie has two scenes that would not pass in the movie today, which is where the professor says, would you want me to leave you and the chalkboard alone for a moment? Like, we have a freaking masturbate joke here. What is that doing here? This is a family movie. And then we have how Clayton dies in this movie. He dies by hanging, and we technically don't see it happen, but we see a shadow of him being hunged. No way that those two things that happened in this movie would fly nowadays. Wow. Because this movie came back out 1999. It is almost 26 years old now. So yeah. And then the movie ends with Jane staying and her father too. And the movie ends. So I do like this movie. I would say let's get on with, I think I mentioned all the actors that were in it that I really want to talk about. But let's see who directed it and how much it made. So we got Kevin Lear, who I found out directed a bunch of other Disney movies. Let me see. He directed Enchanted, the Goofy movie, the second live action Dalmatian, 102 Dalmatians movie. And the other director, Chris Bunk, directed one of the newest Disney movies, Wish. He also directed the second Frozen and Surf's Up. So yeah. And that's it. So this one came out June 18th, 1999. And the box, let's find out what the budget first is, see how much money it made. Okay, let's go to the Wikipedia page, and the Wikipedia page will tell me how much the budget was, because it does say how much the box, how much it made in theaters. But so the budget was $130 million, and we also have the box office is $448.2 million. So it made its money back, but I don't know if that counts upon how many times it's been re-released. But the thing is, I know they don't really count Jane as one of the Disney princesses, because technically she's not, but I would say they should, because it definitely made back its money back and then some, so they really should count her as one of the Disney princesses, but they don't. To me, when they have anybody who has a couple that's a human, except for Ariel, you should count them as a Disney princess. So yeah, when a kid, that's not my favorite Disney movie during the Renaissance era. This is technically the last movie that happens in the Renaissance era. After this, they go to the post-Renaissance era, the second Dark Ages of the movie eras. This is one they usually count as the last one. So yeah, I'll probably give this one a 8 out of 10. So yeah, do you guys enjoy this? And it's a really good movie. You should go and see it if you want to know where it's at, where it's available. Go, it's on Disney Plus, even though Disney can't really do much with this property anymore, it looks like. So I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe, and vote cons, everyone. Bye bye.